We want God to rule down his favor on us, but we don't want any of the work. We want God's hand on our finances and bless us and let us be rich, but we don't want to tithe. And we complain when the pastor talks about money. Oh, that preacher talks about money. We want God to show up when we worship, but we don't want to stop going to parties. We don't want to stop drinking and getting drunk all the time. We want all of God's blessing, but listen, God understands my life. We want our kids to know the Lord and have a deep relationship with him, but any scheduling conflict and we're not in this room. Take it one more step further. You're here today, but we pray for rain, and then when it rains, we don't come to church. We prayed that it would not be 150 degrees outside. And when it's 40, we're like, oh, I'm just gonna stay and cozy up in my bed. And we're like, why does God not bless me? It's such a great shock, right? We want all of the blessing, but we don't want any of the work. Guys, obedience brings favor. Disobedience leads to destruction. Now, I know you're like, well, Pastor, I serve a God of grace. I do too. But Paul tells us not to take advantage of that grace, because that grace wasn't free. And if we keep using it, the grace becomes cheap. And listen, I don't believe that the grace that God extends to us is cheap. And so I don't need to treat it that way. But when we want to live our lives however we want, we shouldn't be surprised when destruction comes.